Sometimes history is stranger than fiction. We live our lives assuming a certain level of randomness, but the universe has a peculiar habit of throwing together connections that defy all statistical probability. These aren't just minor oddities, they are grand, sweeping coincidences that span decades and link lives in the most astonishing ways. Let's begin with two of the most famous figures in American history, Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy. Both were presidents, both were assassinated, but the connections go much deeper. Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846, Kennedy in 1946, exactly 100 years apart. Lincoln was elected president in 1860, Kennedy in 1960, again that perfect 100-year gap. Both presidents were shot on a Friday, both in the head from behind, while sitting next to their wives. Lincoln was killed in Ford's Theater. Kennedy was killed in a Lincoln limousine made by the Ford Motor Company. Both assassins were known by their three names, John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald, and both names contain exactly 15 letters. Booth ran from a theater and was caught in a warehouse. Oswald ran from a warehouse and was caught in a theater. Both were succeeded by vice presidents named Johnson, Andrew Johnson, born in 1808, Lyndon Johnson, born in 1908. The sheer volume of these parallels is enough to make even the most hardened skeptic raise an eyebrow. In 1898, author Morgan Robertson published a novella called Futility. It told the story of an enormous British passenger liner called the Titan, considered unsinkable by its creators. 14 years later, the real Titanic set sail. Both ships were British-owned, hit an iceberg on their starboard side in the North Atlantic in April, carried around 3,000 passengers, and traveled at similar speeds. Robertson had written the script for disaster more than a decade before it happened. Our next story involves Lincoln's son, Robert Todd Lincoln. On a crowded train platform in Jersey City, he lost his footing and fell into the dangerous gap between platform and moving train. Just as he was about to be crushed, a hand reached out and yanked him to safety. His rescuer was Edwin Booth, one of the most famous actors of his day, and the brother of John Wilkes Booth, who would later assassinate Robert's father. One brother saves the son, while the other would murder the father. History rarely delivers moments of such perfectly balanced, chilling symmetry. Finally, Mark Twain, born Samuel Clemens in 1835, the same year Halley's Comet graced the night sky. This famous comet is visible from Earth roughly every 75 years. In 1909, with failing health, Twain made a remarkable prediction. "I came in with Halley's Comet in 1835, it is coming again next year, and I expect to go out with it. The Almighty has said, these two unaccountable freaks came in together, they must go out together." On April 21, 1910, Mark Twain died of a heart attack, just one day after Halley's Comet reached its closest point to the sun. He had arrived with the comet, and departed with it, just as he predicted. These remarkable cases force us to pause and wonder about the invisible threads that connect everything. Are they glitches in the Matrix? Whispers from the universe hinting at a pattern we can't quite see? The law of large numbers suggests that given enough opportunities, even unlikely events will happen. But when you look closely at these names, dates, and circumstances, that mathematical explanation feels unsatisfying. So I ask you, after hearing these mind-bending stories of historical coincidence, do you believe these are pure chance? Or is there something more at work, something we might call fate?